Remember the country music sensation Blake Shelton? Well, he has come forward with an announcement that has left everyone talking. Though many might not see this announcement as so much of a surprise, as there have been suspicions over the years, it has still resulted in one of the most loved celebrity news this year. Over the years, there has been suspicion that Blake's relationship with Gwen Stefani has something more to it than they are showing. Well, Blake just confirmed this in the most shocking way, revealing a huge secret that they have been hiding for a few years now. Care to find out what this secret is? Stick with us for a while. Blake Shelton was born in Ada, Oklahoma on June 18, 1976. Being from a small town, Shelton was exposed to music at an early age as his mother, Dorothy, ran a beauty salon while his father, Richard, was a car salesman. His interest in music was shown at a very young age. By age 12, Shelton had already started playing the guitar. His uncle taught him how to play, and an avid country music fan himself, Shelton picked it up fast. At 15, he began churning out his songs. He won the Denbo Diamond Award, Oklahoma's top award for young entertainers, and further stoked his ambitions. He was on a course to make a career in music, so after graduating from school at the age of 17, he took the bold step of moving to Nashville, Tennessee. Shelton had just about the same problems as most young would-be musicians faced in Nashville. He took odd jobs while trying to work his way up the career ladder, but the big break came when he had the opportunity to sign a recording contract with Giant Records in 1997. Even though the first couple of years in Nashville were rough, Shelton's grind finally paid off in 2001 after the release of his first single, Austin. Instantly, it amazingly topped #1 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart and held that position for 5 weeks. Following the success of Austin, Shelton released his self-titled debut album, which was certified platinum, and produced 2 more top 20 hits, All Over Me and Ole Red. Because of this, he became an overnight sensation in the country music circle. Indeed, his deep, distinctive voice and charming personality quickly drew a large, loyal fan base. Over time, Shelton would continue to please audiences with hit album after hit album, turning a sound that became known to have both traditional and contemporary country music sounds. He recorded success that brought a host of recognitions and awards, including several CMA and ACM awards, his way. Beyond his musical career, Shelton gained immense exposure as a voice coach on the popular TV show, The Voice. His work on the show served to showcase not only his musical expertise but also to introduce him to a wider audience, continuing to solidify his position as an icon within country music. Blake Shelton went from being just a small-town Oklahoma boy to a country music superstar, a positive proof that talent, hard work, and devotion to craft do pay off. The talent that he built during his childhood and early years of his career were the bedrock and building blocks for an ever-changing and evolving legacy within the music and entertainment world. What about Gwen Stefani? She was born on October 3, 1969 in Fullerton, California, and grew up in neighboring Anaheim. Her parents, Dennis and Patty Stefani, raised her in a very affectionate, music-loving family along with her siblings. Her father, Dennis, was working as a marketing executive for Yamaha, while her mother, Patty, was a homemaker who had once been an accountant. Music dominated Stefani's childhood. Her parents played much folk music, and she listened to a variety of types, from reggae to ska and even punk. It was much later that Stefani was plunged into her unexpected musical career when her then music and art-loving older brother, Eric Stefani, founded a band in 1986 named No Doubt. The band was initially a ska band to which Eric added Gwen as one of their co-lead vocalists. Though an initially shy and uncertain singer, Gwen found her stand soon enough as the lead singer of the band, her inimitable voice and style setting her apart in the Southern California music scene. No Doubt did local gigs and gathered a following when people got taken by the energy they saw in their live performances. Their success, however, was not instantaneous. In 1992, the band signed with Interscope Records and released their self-named debut album, which had little commercial success. Unfazed by such a setback, Stefani and the rest were determined to forge on, trying out different musical styles and blending their sound with more pop and punk influences. The breakthrough for Gwen Stefani and No Doubt came with the release of their third studio album, Tragic Kingdom, in 1995. This album included hits like Just a Girl, Spiderwebs, and the chart-topping ballad Don't Speak. It launched the group to international fame. Her style instantly came forth with her distinctive voice, joined by her bold fashion sense and charismatic stage presence. Tragic Kingdom sold over 16 million copies worldwide, and Stefani was an overnight pop icon. As the lead vocalist of No Doubt, Stefani has been noted not just for her musical prowess, but more so for her individual fashion sense that ranges from punk and retro to street elements. Her look back then, which featured bold makeup, platinum blonde hair, and eclectic clothing, inspired many, setting her aside as a true trendsetter. In the early 2000s, Stefani began exploring her solo projects. She launched her first solo album entitled Love, Angel, Music, Baby in 2004. The album had quite a decent commercial run with hits such as Hollaback Girl and What You Waiting For. The solo performances gave Stefani the chance to experiment with other genres of music, including pop, dance, and electronic music, allowing her to really show off her abilities as an artist. Gwen Stefani has always been one of the most dynamic and powerful personalities in the music business since the beginning of her career. Starting with the years when she performed with No Doubt, Stefani has never been afraid to change her looks and create new appearances that surprise people. Before Blake and Gwen got together, they had both been in previous marriages that turned sour along the line, being one of the reasons people are so taken by the chemistry that exists between the two. Blake Shelton first married his longtime girlfriend, Kaynette Gurn, from Ada, Oklahoma. The two had met while in high school and developed a relationship as Shelton began his rise in music. On November 17, 2003, they married in a small ceremony in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, where Gurn proved to be very supportive through the early years of his career. At one time, she even acted as his road manager. Things started to go downhill, however, when Shelton's career began to take off. The pressures of fame, the time apart for long stretches of time, and the lifestyle demand of a rising country music career contributed to the strains in their relationship. In 2006, 3 years after they married, Shelton and Gurn divorced. It was pretty much a low-key split, and both parties cited irreconcilable differences for the breakup. After the divorce, Gurn largely retreated from the public eye, while Shelton continued his rise in the music industry. The second and more publicized marriage of Shelton was with his fellow country star Miranda Lambert. The two met in 2005 when they performed together at the CMT's 100 Greatest Duets concert, and sparks flew between them. At the time, Shelton was still married to Gurn, but he would later confess that he fell in love with Lambert that night. After his divorce from Gurn, Shelton and Lambert went public with their romance. In no time, their romance became one of country music's most highly publicized romances. The power couple of country music, Shelton and Lambert, got married on May 14, 2011, at the Don Strange Ranch in Bourne, Texas. It was an extremely fancy wedding. Evidently, the couple was love-struck, often working together musically as well, their bond strengthening day by day. However, all wasn't well in this love story. Whispers of infidelity, heavy schedules, and the constant limelight that a celebrity marriage brings along started to wear down their love. In July 2015, Shelton and Lambert announced their divorce after 4 years of marriage. It was quite a shock to many since most fans were used to looking at them as an example of a dream couple. The divorce was quickly finalized, with a formal statement from the couple saying that the decision to break their marriage was made with a heavy heart and mutual respect. They asked for privacy due to the sensitivity of the moment. Despite the very public breakup, Shelton and Lambert have largely avoided bad-mouthing each other in the media. The two have moved on to new relationships, with Shelton finding love again with pop star Gwen Stefani after the two met while both were coaches on the popular television show The Voice. Both of Blake Shelton's two previous marriages were major parts of his life that were filled with love, personal growth, and quite often the challenges of life that go hand in hand with balancing a high-profile career with personal relationships. However, Gwen's previous marriage wasn't as peaceful. Her marriage to British musician and lead vocalist of the rock band Bush, Gavin Rossdale, was one of those relationships that kept the headline in the entertainment industry. No Doubt and Bush went on tour together back in 1995, through which they soon became the most publicized rock marriages of the 1990s. They were married on September 14, 2002, in an elaborate ceremony at St. Paul's Church in London, going on to have a second wedding in Los Angeles for their American friends and family. Well, it seemed the marriage between Stefani and Rossdale was pretty rock solid for many years. They have 3 sons: Kingston, born in 2006, Zuma, born in 2008, and Apollo, born in 2014. Busy with the pressures of keeping their music careers on track and raising a family, the couple were able to balance both professional and personal worlds without incident for a while. Stefani was constantly bragging through the media about how she knew Rossdale was her soulmate, and their partnership was celebrated everywhere. Behind closed doors, their marriage had its fair share of problems and shouting matches to work through. In 2004, the first sign of crisis entered the relationship with the revelation that Rossdale had a daughter, Daisy Lowe, from his affair with the fashion designer Pearl Lowe before he met Stefani. That seemed to be the most important blow that Stefani received, but she stood by Rossdale's side, and the two emerged, obviously stronger than ever. However, the marriage gradually fell apart over the succeeding years amidst rumors of Rossdale's infidelity that would not go away. Those rumors, in fact, turned out to be true, and proved to be very true in the most dramatic way possible in 2015. It was found that Rossdale conducted a 3-year affair with their family nanny, Mindy Mann. It was one big betrayal for Stefani, who felt something was wrong, but at that time she had never believed it till she found out for herself. According to an insider, it was when another nanny discovered explicit messages and photos on the family's iPad linked to Rossdale's phone that the alleged affair was confirmed. Confronted with the evidence at first, Rossdale had denied the affair, but then later confessed. This revelation was, as it were, the straw that broke the camel's back in their marriage, which was already strained. And Stefani filed for divorce in August 2015, citing irreconcilable differences. Their divorce became final in April 2016, with both parties agreeing to share joint custody of their sons. While the breakup was pretty dramatic, Stefani and Rossdale have been trying to co-parent their children. The end of Stefani and Rossdale's marriage was one painful chapter in her life, a tale of true betrayal and heartbreak, but at the same time, a time of personal growth. Stefani used her emotions as the incubator for her music, and hence in 2016 came her album This Is What the Truth Feels Like, which spoke about love, loss, and recovery. This album received much appreciation and marked a successful comeback to the spotlight after bad times for Stefani. Luckily enough for both Blake and Gwen, they were able to discover themselves, and Blake has just confirmed that they have something strong going on between them. Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani are one of the most loved and trending celebrity relationships in recent times. And all this started on The Voice. When they started coming on screen together, it didn't take long for both their audience and other coaches in the show to realize just how well the couple clicked. As time passed, what happened as a working relationship between the two gradually blossomed into something very personal. They both met when they joined The Voice in 2014 as coaches, taking over Christina Aguilera's seat. At the time they first met, each was nursing very fresh wounds from a long-term breakup. Shelton's was from his divorce from Miranda Lambert, and Stefani's from her divorce from Gavin Rossdale. This shared experience of heartbreak and recovery seemed to be instant cement between them. As coaches on The Voice, the two had almost instantaneously started working out an appealingly playful rapport with the audiences. The jabs at one another kept light and playful, even down to Shelton poking fun at their different musical upbringing. Sometimes, Stefani would fire back at him playfully. Hailing from seemingly different worlds, with Shelton being the country stalwart and Stefani the pop queen, they found common respect with regard to their love for music and passion for mentoring new talent. Of course, it wasn't all playful jabs. More often than not, they would end up cheering for the other's team, coaching each other's contestants with advice and words of encouragement. This air of mutual respect and admiration broadcast from across the screen into living rooms, and it quickly became apparent that something more was brewing between the two, other than a healthy dose of professionalism. The way they looked at each other, the inside jokes and comfort they seemed to find in each other's presence, all told of a deeper bond. The more their love grew, the larger their musical collaboration became. They combined their styles in a way that reflected the sizzling chemistry both on and off screen. Their first big collaboration was on the 2016 duet "Go Ahead and Break My Heart," which they co-wrote and performed together. Featured on Shelton's album If I'm Honest, the song was raw and emotive, plucked from the real-life experiences of love and heartbreak. The song is about vulnerability and a fear of falling in love again, and serves as an echo of sentiment between Shelton and Stefani at the time. Electrifying to the audience, the performance of "Go Ahead and Break My Heart" on The Voice showcased great on-screen chemistry between the two. The voices of the two simply complement each other so well, Stefani's pop sensibilities meshing just right with Shelton's country twang. It started being a commercial success and continued to heat up the rumor of their budding romance. The two collaborated once more for Stefani's 2017 Christmas album, You Make It Feel Like Christmas. The title track really brought out their dynamic playfulness and continued to show the powerful connection between them. The music video was full of all the holiday cheer and flirtatious moments that did absolutely nothing to dampen their power couple status in the music world. The latest, Nobody But You, came in 2020 and became one of the couple's most successful duets as it reached the top of the country charts. The song, which Shelton had included in his album Fully Loaded God's Country, spoke about love, while its music video spoke much about what they mean to one another. The success of the song proved how well they collaborated, not only as lovers but also as musicians. While their on-screen chemistry during The Voice was undeniable, it was in fact the experiences shared and the deep understanding of each other's struggles that brought them together. Notably, both Shelton and Stefani have made public how their respective divorces left them in tough emotional places. Coming to one another in a vulnerable time in their lives, the pair could attach to one another much deeper than superficially. As their relationship was developing, Shelton and Stefani remained the most liked celebrities in the eyes of fans for their music, as well as their love story. Early in 2024, Blake Shelton announced, to the mass delight of their followers, that he and Gwen Stefani were officially on a new music project together that was slated for release later in the year. And as if this wasn't enough, the couple shared they had secretly gotten married back in 2021 in an intimate hush-hush ceremony. They kept it all a secret for a few years, trying to build their personal lives separately with no pressure from the media. Their fans went haywire while they were waiting in anticipation for the new music. Curious to hear more from this power couple whose love story had stolen so many hearts. Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani's love story is just a testament to the love, resilience, and magic found when two people from two different worlds meet. From colleagues in The Voice to life partners, it's a journey laced with deep mutual respect, creative collaboration, and undeniable chemistry that blazes on and off stage. What do you make of this announcement, and do you believe that they will be able to shield this marriage from the pressures of the celebrity lifestyle? Let us know in the comments, and we will see you in the next one.